There was a day that I looked in the mirror and I didn't recognize myself. Not to be dramatic, but I just felt my true self kind of drifting away. I was mentally drained, disconnected, and constantly running on autopilot. I remember getting dressed and already feeling behind before the day even started. It wasn't about how I looked, it was more or less the heaviness. Simple tasks, they felt harder than they should have. And things that I used to handle without thinking started getting pushed off. I avoided effort, I avoided conversations, and I caught myself mentally checking out more than I'd like to admit. The worst part, it wasn't anything physical. It was realizing that I was slowly disassociating with my own life. I looked around and I genuinely didn't recognize anyone or anything around me. And most importantly, I didn't recognize the man that I'd become. That there was my breaking point. I realized that if I didn't change who I was on a daily basis, nothing was going to change long term. I had to start with the little inputs. I didn't wake up one day feeling motivated. I made a decision that the old me needed to die and just be reborn. I wasted years that I'll never get back. I used to be one who waited to feel ready and just let my emotions dictate my actions. Then I became someone who trains, someone who follows structure, someone who does what needs to be done, whether I feel like it or not. I built my day around non-negotiables. Going to bed on schedule, it always starts the night before. You have to set yourself up to be successful for the next day. With that, waking up at the same time every day, training early before excuses exist, and eating with intention, not just what's convenient. Discipline, it wasn't something that I had. It was something I built by repeating the same behaviors until they become automatic. Now, not following my routine feels harder than following it. I don't rely on motivation anymore. I rely on systems, and that's what changed everything. Most of my clients, they used to think that willpower or motivation or the perfect plan was the simple answer. Newsflash, it's not that at all. The problem is a lack of structure. It's something that took me quite a while to figure out. But once I did, it changed the game for me. When there's no routine, every decision becomes a negotiation, and consistency, it just falls apart. When you build systems like clear routines, programming, and accountability, you simply just remove emotion from the process. Progress, it stops feeling like a grind and actually starts feeling like normal. Consistency, it becomes easier. Confidence, it comes back. You don't just improve physically, but you start trusting yourself again. If you're watching this and it feels familiar, I want you to know this. Change isn't out of reach. You don't need to be fired up. You don't need to feel ready. I didn't. I started from a place of mental exhaustion and disconnection. And I rebuilt myself through discipline, routines, and structure. I'm not special. I'm just consistent. And if I can rebuild from that place, you can too. If you're ready to stop drifting and start operating with intention, that's exactly what I help people do. You don't have to have it all figured out or a master plan made. Just the desire to be different. And most importantly, you need to take action today.